Um, this year, the coaches for the girls swim team, I think we're most proud of the positive attitude that was continually generated by our swimmers. That positive attitude is something that we're looking forward to building on in our future. I think it's our cornerstone for the next couple of years. We're strong in the freshman and sophomore levels, and that attitude and then their work ethic that they've all displayed bodes well for our future. Our diving program is strong with a freshman and a sophomore, or sophomores returning as a state qualifier, and we look forward to the next few years.
My favorite moment was breaking the record the first time and then breaking the second record. It was really exciting, and I wasn't expecting to do it the second time, but I was really surprised and happy with it. I'd like to thank first my mom, because she's the one that got me into diving, and I really have enjoyed how I've done so far, and I obviously thank my coaches for supporting me.
Qualities of this year's team I'm most proud of is the acceptance and inclusion of everyone. No matter what I did to the lineup, every one of those kids was welcome every time the lineup changed, and it was really cool to see that. My favorite memory is at regional and Joey Leone shooting off the front and having a horrible score, the worst score off the front, almost wanting to give up, kept walking on the back score. He shot wonderfully and then made it into sectionals. So he didn't give up. He hung in there. He stayed with it. That was really, really cool to see. Gab, thank you. We appreciate the golf bags. The kids appreciate the bags. That was a really nice donation. Thank you very much.
You know, what our team this year had a lot of opportunities, I think, for some personal growth. We continued our fire experience and fraternity, integrity, responsibility, and effort. And I kind of felt like the guys, with whatever was tossed at them, had a chance to excel. Varsity guys had a chance to go on a team building experience at the beginning, and I think they kind of transformed kind of our relationships with each other, and they worked really hard with one another sort of in that process of growing throughout the course of the season. So when things came up, I think they kept fighting through all the way to the end, and I was real proud of them for that experience. Yeah, Gab was amazing with getting us our portable goals, our Corver goals for the turf, and our 6 small goals. We used them a ton. Well, I gotta say, soccer has been expanding every year. This year we had almost 150 kids try out, and 100 were able to be part of it. Athletes are excited. Now it's about getting ourselves to be competitive. And as we start to see levels of success, the freshman team won the Maine West tournament this year. And once we start to see that success, I think, go forward, we're going to have a chance to see some really great opportunities for some personal and some team awards, I think, as we start getting to the varsity level.
My favorite moment of the season was when we did a team building, because I got close to my friends, and during the games, like the moment you get and getting all confidence. I would like to thank my friends, because they're the ones who support me and like motivate me and to keep pushing and play harder. I would like to thank my coaches, because they believe in me. So like if I don't believe in myself, they believe in I could do it. So I push myself to do better.
My favorite moment was definitely going to Coach Shepard's mom's house for a pasta party. She's hosted one all 4 years that I've been on varsity. And I think the best part about that, besides the delicious pasta, is we get to form those relationships that are necessary off the field with our teammates, which is essential for any team's success. A couple people, first of all, of course, my parents. I'm really appreciative of all the time they've put in throughout the entire 4 years and throughout this season, whether it was hosting a pasta party with a couple of other families or coming to the games and supporting the team. I wanted to thank the entire coaching staff and their support, especially Coach Shepard and Coach Eliano, for being with us throughout this entire season. It was rough at times, but I mean, I know they were doing the best they could to get us in the best shape possible. And of course, my teammates. Without them, nothing would be the same. I mean, I wouldn't have a different group of kids that I wanted to play with this year. It was one to remember. So.
I have to say the qualities of the team that I'm most proud of is the camaraderie that we have with one another. Everybody just has a great sense of humor, being able to joke around with one another. The inside jokes. The inside jokes are just great. I love inside jokes. My favorite memory of the season was taking first place at the Grant Invite at the Frostoff level. We had Michael Johnson as a freshman finish first, Nate Kramer take third. You know, those guys really set the tone and came together as a team. It was very, very exciting for everybody involved. The GAN this year helped us purchase a finish line clock, which was terrific. Got a lot of compliments about being able to see their times as they crossed the finish line, and it was just a huge help for several of our meets this year.
It is a tradition that we do a review of your meal out in Waukesha on your annual trip. So you can give us a recap of what you ate that evening.
Absolutely. So I did start with some cheese rice covered with bacon, and I usually get one side of ranch, but I asked for 2 this time. You know, I did share some of it with the guys, but pretty much took care of it myself. Got the same steak, medium well, and only one side of fries this time, and the other side was apples. Decided to make it a little bit healthier this year.
As I look back on the 2016 football season, I can honestly say my favorite memory and our team's favorite memory would be the trip that we took up to Lake Forest College. We took a young team up there, and during that time, we challenged those boys. They answered every challenge that the coaching staff presented to them. They went through some extreme practices, tough conditioning sessions, and battled the heat elements as well. Throughout that process, they became a closer football team and developed some lifelong friendships along the way as well. However, the highlight of our trip was our annual skit night that took place that Saturday night. The boys did a great job with their skits, and Luke Racky put the frenzy in that skit night when he nailed the impersonation of Coach Steve Lesniak. Great job, Luke. And gentlemen, thank you for all that you've done this year. All your hard work and sacrifices are appreciated, and the coaching staff will truly miss you seniors. Thanks again. Lastly, I would like to thank the nation. You truly are unbelievable. We can't thank you enough for your support at both home and away football games. There's no doubt about it that you are the best student section in the state of Illinois. So thank you, nation.
So my favorite memory of the season, probably summer camp at Lake Forest. We went up there over the summer for like 3 days, and it was just hot as heck, humid as could be. We had like 3 practices a day. The dorms were like 100 degrees at night. Some guys had to sleep in the basement, but it was just a really good way for us to bond and meet each other. A really good way to end the summer, you know, with coaches, and I think it bonded us more than anything throughout the year. I'd like to thank the coaches. There were a lot of them. Coach Rad, Coach Les, Coach Wright, Coach Millie, Coach Piper, Coach Sig, Coach Rowe, Coach Sad, all those guys. They supported us. They motivated us. It was a rough year, but they never gave up on us, which I appreciate. And I'd like to thank them for all their efforts and all their contributions this year.
My favorite moment of the season was when Coach Sig told me I was going to be able to run the ball in the last game. And we did. I did, and it was fun. I would like to thank my parents for my success and for the coaching. Even though it wasn't the best season, they still gave it their all every game and every practice, and we prepared the right way. So.
Yeah, well, first off, I'm going to start by saying thanks to Gab just for the new golf bags that we got this year. They're a great addition. We looked sharp each and every time we stepped out on the course, and other coaches made comments. So really want to thank them for taking the time to contribute that to our program. I think it's hard to look at their future without reflecting on where we've come from. Back in 2009, so less than 7 seasons ago, Elk Grove Girls Golf was a co-op. There was one girl from EG. They played with Rolling Meadows, and I think the program has just progressed really nicely over the last couple of years, a testament to the girls and their work ethic. For instance, last fall, qualified 2 girls of the sectional meet. This year we had 4 girls go, and it's cool because when the season ended, they were upset because they know that there's still room to go. And I think that's part of the coachability. And I think the coolest part as coaches as well is it's such an individual sport at times, right? Because when you get to the end of the season, your score ultimately gets you where you want to go in state. But throughout the year, they showed instances where they look to each other and they ask each other, what are your individual goals for the day, but what do we expect to do as a team? And probably one of the best spots was we played at the Glenbard East Invite out at Glendale Lakes, and we're waiting on scores, and as 18-hole events, a shotgun start, they all start to roll in, and they had set this goal, let's break 400, and then they're just waiting on edge as their teammates are counting their scores, and when they finally did it, and I see the progress, just the way that they're holding each other accountable, but then celebrating the victories when they have them, it's just cool, and it's powerful, and I look forward to see what this group can do moving forward, so.
All right, favorite moment of the season, probably similar to the Cubs postseason, was not winning sectionals, but qualifying 3 of our 4 teams to go to the state tennis tournament. I would say it's equivalent to the World Series. This year was the first year in IHSA state history that we moved to a 2-class system. So we qualified 3 of our 4 teams for state out of 64 total. Future direction of the program, I'd like to see not only our top players playing during the off-season, whether it's group lessons, private lessons, summer camp. I'd like to see the majority of our team playing during the off-season, if not every single Elk Grove tennis player.
My favorite moment of the season was my first match at state because there was a lot of people that came to support me, and it was really nice, especially for my senior year. I would like to thank Coach Fisher, Coach Julie, and Coach Ray for always pushing me and challenging me and supporting me throughout the season.
My favorite moment of the season was qualifying for state. Felt really good, and sectionals was tough, but I made it. I'd like to thank Coach Fisher and Coach Julie, especially Coach Julie, for coaching me during state. State was really tough, and it was a wonderful experience.
My favorite moment of the season was when we bonded over invites, and, like over food and the bus rides. It was fun. I would like to thank Coach Julie, Coach Ray, and Coach Fisher, and my parents and teammates for supporting me through everything. It was difficult at times, but they helped me out through it.
I think my favorite moment of the tennis season was going to state with my doubles partner. It was a really cool experience. It was neat to see all the different teams and the different skill levels. It was a great honor to go, and it was a great achievement for me. I would like to thank 3 people, actually. I would like, 1, to thank my doubles partner for going through with me the whole year, and to get this far with her. It was fantastic. I think we had a lot of fun together, so thank you, Lauren. I would also like to thank Coach Ray for being there to support us during state. He was great help there. I think he made us feel more comfortable with our surroundings. And lastly, I'd like to thank my dad for helping me with tennis lessons and getting me this far. And he's been a support at my tennis matches, and it made me feel a lot better. So thank you, Dad.
So favorite moment of the season, so there's 2 of them, but the first one is definitely our Big Sister, Little Sister Day at the beginning of the season. So we always have Big Sister, Little Sister groups, so we take all of our seniors and we match them up with the freshmen, sophomores, juniors, and I love that day, just getting to see, especially the freshmen. We don't know them very well at that point, so getting to see them interact with our upper-class women, and they get competitive, and they have a lot of fun start day. And then we do another team bonding at the end of the season. The varsity girls and I took a trip to Portillo's, and again, it's just kind of nice to have informal conversation with the girls and get to know, your particular team a little bit better on a more personal level. So we did that. We had a good meal at Portillo's, and then we went to go see our all-conference nominee, Rachel Candifer, get recognized at the championship game over at Hershey. So future direction of the program, we're really excited about some of the girls coming back for us next year. Our freshmen were good this year. We had a really successful season in that regard. We definitely see a couple of them moving up next year, and we already moved Amberly Crou, moved her up as a freshman to the JV team. We also already have a couple of sophomores with us up on varsity. So Rachel Candifer, again, it was our all-conference player this year. We're really excited to see her come back. Holly Olson started for us on varsity. She's a sophomore. So we see these girls coming back in the next couple of years. And when you look at our returning juniors who will be seniors for next year, we see a lot of potential.
Yeah, for the purchase of the clock. It has been instrumental in hosting meets and just making Elk Grove High School look more professional. A favorite moment or memory from this season was when we did a team dress-up day, and Adriana dressed up as me, and she had all of my mannerisms down, and it made me really reflect on what I say on a daily basis, but it was very hysterical and will be sticking out in my mind for years to come, so thank you.
My favorite moment of the season was probably the conference meet, because I could, so many girls PR'd, and then we even debriefed the meet afterwards, and it was just great seeing everyone
getting all their PR medals, and like the whole atmosphere of the whole team was just great, and it was just such a positive environment. I'd like to thank my coaches first of all, Mark Heintz and Rachel Berry, and I'd also like to thank everyone who is still coming to practice and supporting me, and the whole team who's been there for me since the beginning of the season, and everyone who, even though their seasons are over, they're still coming to practice every day and supporting me, and it really means a lot.